Hey everyone, welcome to the Fireplace podcast. We are here with Jorge Blanco. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you guys for having me. I'm so excited.
Yes,
excited.
I'm so sad that I missed your performance.
Damn.
But I requested to watch some videos. You saw me.
Yes, that was
And
cool.
I saw some pictures and it looked really good. You
Thank
sounded
you so
really,
much.
really good. I cannot wait to just watch the whole thing.
It's
and
going to be exciting.
then for you guys to watch it. Yeah.
Let me know what you think about that, please.
Yeah. We wanna have you here to talk about yourself a little bit about like your journey as a musician and your journey in life in general.
Cool.
So yeah, tell us a little bit about who you are.
Well, I'm a music producer and an artist from Santiago, Chile, right?
Nice.
I've been here in LA for almost 2 years already. Wow, time really flies.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's
2 years.
Yeah, almost 2 years.
You're still kind of new.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? But I love it. I've been doing so many things here, so it's great. So I don't know where to start, to be honest. Like, what about me?
I'm very curious about the fact that you're from Chile.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I'm from Peru.
Right.
We're both South Americans.
Yes.
So
basically neighbors, right?
Right, absolutely.
Yes.
So I'm just curious. Oh, I have so many questions, but I guess my first question would be just like how was living in Chile and how was growing up there?
Oh, it was beautiful. Actually, fun thing is like I come from like a small town, like up north in Chile, like a mining town.
Okay.
So, and then we moved to Santiago when actually we went to like middle school. So
nice.
I've always had like this like small town vibe, more like super slow paced thing. So it's kind of weird then when I moved to Santiago that is such a fast city.
Right.
Pretty much like LA. So then of course like things happen and then you kind of like change with the city where you are, right? But it was like really, really beautiful times. And actually I think that like changed like a lot of the way how I see like life, like my childhood,
Okay.
So every time I try to come back to like places where like everything's like kind of like slower. So I try to like stay in LA just to work, but then get out of here like as long as I can. Like go to, I don't know, for like a hike or like going to the beach or something. So
are you not a city person?
I think that I need to be like in like living in this environment, like working as a musician, you need to be a city guy.
Absolutely.
But like the other part of me, like the part that's actually not a musician, try to like stay like as long as like contact with nature and stuff. So,
yes, I'm the same way. I think it comes from, I don't know if this happens to you, but I think it comes from, for me, living my whole life in Lima, which is a city, right?
Right.
I was there in like the middle of everything. And when I came here, I was like in the middle of everything, but like in a bigger picture. So and I was like, Jesus, like this is so much. So there was moments where I'm like, I just book a trip really far away. Yeah. And then I go, I just have to be there for like 4 days. Yeah. And then I'm okay again.
Yeah, that's it. Also, like, it's funny because it's like, then when I'm there, I'm actually missing a big city. So it's like, okay, I'm not a really like a lonely guy. Then I love being by myself. It was like, there's a reason why we're here, right? So it's because everything's happening. So, so living in Chile is pretty much like, actually, I feel like it's like a simpler place, like the types of like relationships that I built there are more like simple, and that's something that I really like cherish in my heart. Like, it's not like sometimes you get this weird vibe in LA that everyone wants something from you.
Right.
Like
that it's like, okay.
It's pretty much like what everyone says about this city, right? I feel like you don't get that there. Like, it's like people have like, of course we all have our problems and stuff, right? Right. But I think it's just like sometimes like, oh yeah, my high school friends are like, oh yeah, I'm a dentist. I'm like something else, whatever. Like that's it, I
say. So yeah, people here are definitely more like they come here to specifically do network and make it, right? Right. So that's good. That gets pretty tiring, but it also works. So
I mean, I love it. So I can't complain.
Yeah, and like I feel like you've been here only 2 years, you say? Almost or
almost 2 years.
Okay.
Probably like 19 or 18 months.
I honestly personally think that's pretty new just because the first few years in LA, this was my experience, but I feel like it's a lot of people's experiences that come to LA. The first 2 years of a lot of people that come here to immediately pursue something, it's so fucking hard.
Yeah.
And they're like struggling so much. And then it gets better. And then, it's just a roller coaster after that. But it just depends on your experience and what you do to make the most out of it. But that's really cool. Yeah, I've been here for 6 years. So,
wow.
And it's nuts. I know it's nuts, but I think you're really talented. Yeah,
I
truly.
think you're very talented.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. But I can't wait to see what you do. And
thank you so much.
Yeah,
thank you.
We know that, some source told me.
You guys know me so well right now.
That you were a dentist.
I was a dentist, yeah. Actually, I have a tattoo right here about.
So cool.
Yeah.
What?
Of course, I don't forget about that.
Okay, wait.
Oh, right.
In Chile, right?
Yeah, in Chile. Yeah. Not planning on doing that here. I'm sorry, guys. I can't clean your teeth or anything.
Can we know more about that? I'm so curious.
The thing is small country, small music industry. So you always need a side hustle.
Absolutely.
So my side hustle was being a dentist.
Okay.
It's funny because
that's a pretty side hustle. A pretty good side hustle.
It's funny because I come from a family of dentists. Like my grandma was a dentist and also my sister. So when I finished high school, I needed to choose my life path or whatever. I was okay, what should I do?
So is that bothering you, the plant?
No, I love the plant. I was just trying to touch it, just feeling life here,
Sorry.
No, and then I was okay, what I'm gonna do with my life? And I was so scared of being a musician because my family wanted me to be a musician. That's the whole. Usually it's not like that, right? I'm so grateful. Stop. I know.
What do you mean? That's unheard of.
Yeah, all my family wanted me to be a musician because I've been doing this since I was 12 or something, So when I got off of high school, I had good grades and mostly everything. That was
nice.
Cool.
Okay, smart.
No.
That's cool.
Yeah, but I don't know. I was lucky. I don't know. Yeah, okay, I was smart. Okay, I was smart.
Good. No, there's nothing wrong being smart. I think being smart is actually so cool.
Thank you.
Nerdy.
Try my best. Thing is, I don't like failing classes or anything. So I was just
cool.
there. And I feel high school is you just need to be there and you're gonna get good grades, right?
Yeah.
So I'm kind of a nerd. Well,
love that.
The thing is, I had good grades to just get into any college that I wanted or anything.
Hell yeah.
And I saw how my sister was studying to be a dentist by that time, and I saw her. She was so stressed, and I was maybe if I do that, I'm not gonna be a musician. If I do that, I won't follow a career as a musician. I would be so busy that I won't have time to be a musician. So I did that. But on the side, I had this band that was going well.
Okay.
And I never stopped doing music because I was a singer and songwriter from that band.
Nice.
And things started going well. So I was doing both. So I was stressed as fuck. Basically studying to be a dentist, not failing any classes, and also having a band. It was actually performing pretty well. So
that's cool.
Had my degree, worked as a dentist for 2.5 years, saved money to actually come here to LA, and that's how I paid for most of my stuff. So
wow.
Yeah.
Good. Honestly, you don't hear that, and that's so cool. That probably taught you so much.
Thank you. It was pretty intense. I'm pretty tired by now. So
that's how many years was that?
6 years to be a dentist. 6 years. Then I worked for 2.5 years. Yeah.
Wow. Did you like the job?
Actually, I did. Yeah. Okay. I was a good dentist. I was a good one.
Okay. And it's always a backup plan, you know what I mean?
Of course. But you never know.
That's so cool.
You never know. Thank you.
Okay. One thing I want to know. How come, sorry, there's a little something in there. How come your parents wanted you to be a musician?
Well, my mom is an artist, a visual artist. She paints, she makes pottery, and she's an art teacher. She's amazing. And my dad is an engineer. So it's really cool, the mix right there. But also my dad, his dad was also a piano player.
Oh, nice. Okay.
He was so talented. So it's funny because my dad can't play any instruments, but I'm pretty sure that he has perfect pitch. Because sometimes I say I'm playing I don't know, he's playing piano. It's okay, do you know this song? And he starts fucking playing the melodies on the piano. It's
that's so cool.
It's annoying because I'm not like that, So those genes are they got lost. Fuck.
Right.
Yeah.
They went to you.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I don't know, but I don't have perfect pitch. So fuck. No, the thing is music and art was always in my family around, my grandpa was a poet.
nice.
like engineer and a poet. But
Dude,
actually,
look at that.
he wrote like fucking like 7 or 8 books. They were like pretty big in Chile. So I don't know. Like
Can I have one? I love poetry and I love books.
Yes,
and
of course.
reading. So.
My parents are coming next week. I can ask them for a book. So.
Please.
Yes, I will ask them for.
I would love that.
Yeah,
Thank
he
you
was
so
really
much.
good. He was really like depressed and sad. But oh my god, I can't.
Great books.
Great books, but like super intense. Super
Wow.
intense.
I cannot wait to read
But
that.
all those people like around my family were like such huge inspiration. So, but also like having like my grandpa like with a professional career, it also like an artist kind of was like an influence for me to like I can do both, you know. So
I say.
Yeah.
So you think? Okay, so you think when do you think that switch from being a dentist and wanting to pursue music happened?
Well, we had like 2 big shows in Chile with the band, and also we did like South by Southwest here. And on the way back, we stopped in LA because we had some friends here, and I fell in love with LA. It was like 2019. I was like, damn, there's actually a place where you can actually do music 24/7, right?
I say. Did you know about LA before that?
Kind of like not too much. And yeah, because then I met here like some other musician friends that they're like gone. They're not here in LA anymore. But like, and then I was like crazy about that. And I got back to Chile and I was like, okay, like there was like a small seed planted in my brain and nothing's gonna take it out, you know. And also like I was working full time as a dentist there because like the band was over and my solo project wasn't like still a thing yet. Like BLANCO'S wasn't a thing.
I say.
So I was like, okay, I'm doing like full time like dentistry. I'm depressed as fuck. I hate my life, and I'm only 26. Like, what's going on? You know, like I can't be depressed and hating my life at 26 because I hate my job, right?
Absolutely.
So yeah, then I actually during like pandemic, like playing Call of Duty with a friend who he was here in LA, he actually spoke about MI and like
wow.
And I started like doing my research and was like, okay.
Did he go to MI?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like a couple of years ago. Yeah. Now he's living in Miami.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did you meet him online?
No. I met him like through other friends in Chile. He's also from Chile. Yeah.
I see. That's cool.
And yeah, so he actually planted that seed in my head, like, oh yeah, actually there's a possibility for me to go into MI. And I was like, I should do this before turning 30s, and I did it. So now I'm here.
Okay, wow. That's awesome.
Crazy, yeah.
So you went to this, that's the reason why you came to LA pretty much. Yeah. Just to study and go to MI.
Just to like pursue like a full-time career in music, because I was already like doing some productions there in Chile and some cool things with careers and stuff. But in the end of the day, I needed to be a full-time musician. A full-time dentist, sorry. Full-time dentist. So it was boring as hell. Like I couldn't see myself doing that for the next 30 years, just that.
Why would you say it was boring? What made it boring?
There are a lot of dentists in Chile. So the thing is, the whole, it's not, I love you.
My cat's just like, I need to be part of this conversation as well.
And you should be part of this conversation.
Okay.
No, the thing is like, it was very like, this is going to sound like a red flag, very stable in terms of like super boring. You know what I mean? Like,
okay. You felt like there was no risk there.
No, like none of that. It was like just like going to work at like 6:30 a.m., getting there at like 8 because like the traffic is super bad, going back at home at like 9 p.m. That was it every day. And then on the weekend I was too tired to make music. So I was like exhausted. So
wow.
So yeah. So then I came to like the decision to like, yeah, I'm not gonna stay like this for too long. So. Okay,
so how's your journey been as a musician, or since you got here to
Beautiful. Yeah. I'm so grateful. Like I can't believe like the amount of things I've done like in less than 2 years here.
Wow,
it's been great. Like working with a lot of talented artists here, and I'm like mind blown for like all the things that are going on like lately. Like it's crazy. Like LA, it's such a fast-paced city.
Absolutely.
But honestly like I feel like wow, like this would have taken me like I don't know 10 years in Chile to get here.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
So
it's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's really insane. And it's especially the people you meet.
Yeah.
Where in my experience, I get to those connections, that call, or like that recommendation, right? So they're like, hey. Yeah. Oh my God, you're so cool. You're super talented. And then you're like, thanks. And then all of a sudden, 2 months and like later, they're like, hey, can you do this? And you're like, oh my God, what?
Things that would never happen like back in our countries, right? It's like, okay, that's why we're here.
In Lima, that would, like you could do music stuff, right? Like same in Chile. Like I feel like there is a scene there, but that's it.
Yeah.
You know, like the scene is there and like maybe some other countries in South America, but unless you make it like Shakira or like fucking like Juanes or whatever, like, like, you know, it's pretty limited. So
it's funny because like also like at least in Chile, what happens, it's like you get like the spotlight once you're like making noise outside of Chile. That's kind of sad though. Like once like you're actually doing like cool things back in like outside of your country, people are like, oh, that guy's Chilean, like go for it, like Viva Chile. So it's kind of sad, you know. But
they don't really support.
No,
Interesting.
No,
okay, in Lima,
not really.
they love art.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like the scene there is huge. Like the indie scene.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. There's a bunch of places that you can go perform. People truly love like
I've seen
like indie like bands and stuff. So that's really cool.
That's really, really cool. I have some friends like musicians back in Lima there, and it's crazy. Like they like playing like venues, like selling out like venues, like only from like fans from Peru, and that's amazing. You know, like the local scene is super strong.
Wow.
You don't get that in Chile. Also, because like the reggaeton thing is so strong right now in Chile that like there's no room for pop for like another like indie. No.
Interesting. I didn't know that. Wow.
So dead.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know you dropped an album, or you have an album.
Yes, last year.
Arrhythmia?
Yep.
Okay, good. I was like, did I say that right?
Nice. Thank you. Yeah. That's funny.
Wait, what's funny?
No. Keep going. I'll tell you about it.
Because nobody can say arrhythmia.
Yeah, that's one thing. It's hard. Like, now I need to like pick some other names for some stuff.
Right. It's hard to switch that, you know, that little switch from Spanish to English. It's like...
Yeah.
But I think it sounds really cool. And
thank you.
Is it in Spanish or in English?
It's in Spanish. All the music I released so far is in Spanish.
Okay.
Things are changing a bit now.
Nice.
I start releasing in English. That's cool. So excited for that. One of the songs that I performed today is in English, so that's exciting. The first one.
That's so exciting.
Yes.
We want to know like the whole process of
like making an album.
Making that album.
That took me 2.5 years.
Okay.
I was getting really serious with my producer's career. I was like, the best way to learn is like producing yourself, right? Also, it's the hardest way because I feel like when do you stop producing yourself? Okay. That's the hardest part. When do you finish a song? I mean, for me, it's like really easy when I'm doing that for an artist, but when I'm doing for myself, it's really hard. So that was really, really tough. And the thing is, like, then I met with one of my really, really good friends in Chile, like also like a producer. He was like a co-producer of the album. So I told him like I want to do like a 10 songs album. I don't have the songs yet, but we're gonna make them. I'm like an album guy. I love like making
EPs. Yeah, you're like, if we're gonna do something, we're gonna do the whole thing.
Yeah, actually, like we started with like EPs. I did like 2 EPs, and then those 2 EPs, and also with like 3 more songs were like the whole album. But my thing is like more like a single guy, and I know that right now it's like all about the singles, like releasing singles and all of that. But I feel like I try to build like a whole like scenario in my head, like okay, I'm gonna talk about this, you know. So that album was a lot of like mental health, like depression, like love, like strong love, good things about love, bad things about love. It was very much like a picture of myself, you know.
Nice.
Funny thing is called arrhythmia, and arrhythmia is like when your like heart's not beating right. I have that issue in my heart. And when I was a kid, I wanted to be a drummer, but actually had problems like following the.
Absolutely, no, that's the thing.
Yeah, if your clock is not like working right, probably you shouldn't be a drummer. So that's why then I stick to guitar.
I see.
Yeah. So for me, it was like kind of cool, like having that to life. Okay, that name means like something like medical, and also like something could be like related to music, and also it's kind of like my life in that moment when I was like a dentist and also a musician. So it was like duality and everything, you know. That's why the album's called Arrhythmia.
Arrhythmia.
Yeah.
Nice.
I love that album actually.
That's awesome.
Put me like actually was nice, like finding myself in a place where actually I was feeling comfortable, like releasing music, talking about my mental health.
I was about to say that it sounds like a very emotional album for you.
Yeah, it's a very special one. I think, well, always like the first album is always like a special, I guess. I'm working on the second one now.
Nice.
But especially that one was like I was coming out from like a really, really, really tough time. And I don't have problems talking about that, you know, like mental health issues and stuff. I think I'm like a really big support of like talking about those things, you know. It's a real struggle. I feel like opening like a door to talk about those things is like the most beautiful thing you can do for other people, right?
Yep.
It's like it's not hard talking about depression. Like just talk about it. So
absolutely. I feel like people make a really big deal about, you know, mental health issues, especially like the small ones, for me at least, small ones like ADHD or, you know, OCD and stuff like that. Like, sure, they can be like ones that are like really like tougher than other ones, you know, all the people have it harder than other people. But I think for the most part, I've seen a lot of parents being very like, I work with kids. So nice. Sometimes, so like, I feel like I see the parents being really concerned about this stuff. And I go, well, it's totally good. Like if they know how to control it and like also like deal with it, you know what I mean? And he does. It's not, you don't make it like, they don't make it seem like a big deal. I feel like it's much better than making it feel like they have like a disability almost, you know?
Like they're different or something.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's crazy because like that is coming from like our parents' generation. Like it was so hard to talk about mental health, like go to therapy. Like actually my parents are going to therapy like for like 3 or 4 years. And dude, I'm like, they're like on their best. And I'm so happy for them, you know? But also like they talk with their friends, they're the same age, like they're like 60s, early 60s. And none of their friends are like in therapy. And my parents are like peaking and everything. They're like so good right now. And I love that. I love that. Like
that's awesome.
Therapy.
Yeah. For
parents, go to therapy.
For real. Now that we're in that topic, how's the, you know, maybe a little deep, but how's the mental health journey it's been for you?
Here in LA, it's been like up and down for real.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like at some point when I got here, everything was going so well. Like stupid. I don't know if that's a word.
Yeah. Stupidly well.
It was like insanely well, which is normally not the journey when you're like an immigrant in another country, like trying to make connections and something like that, right?
Even for people that are from the States, coming from another state.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, at least the people that have heard, not all of them, right? But at least a lot of the people, I'm going to say 70% of the people that come here do have it really tough at the beginning.
Definitely.
So that's pretty good.
And I think that's like the first filter. That's why a lot of people leave LA in the first years, right? It's like, okay, that wasn't for me.
Yeah.
So, and then this year probably has been one of the hardest years of my life. And I'm finally like in a good place.
Good.
Like these last 2 months have been like really, really good. But I was in a really dark place like a couple of months ago. Yeah.
Wow.
And I don't have any problem talking about that. Like I was suicidal when I was like younger, like on my like adolescence. And like some of those like things came back lately when I was here. That was really tricky. So I went back home, like got some beautiful time with my parents, with my like therapist, and now we're good again.
Nice.
But I mean, you know, when you're like suicidal, that thing will always like comes back and forth, right? Back and
Absolutely.
forth. But I can probably say that I'm like again on the right path, and that feels really, really good.
That's so good. That's so good. Would you say that inspires you? Does that inspire you to make different music or like to talk about that in your music? Yeah, definitely. I feel like now I'm talking a lot about like love lately because I've been having like a lot of ups and downs with love this year especially, but I mean, I love when that happens, you know? Same.
Yeah, because it's like I have...
There's something about it. You're like I have so much to say.
Yeah, thank you for this breakup because I'm going to talk a lot about that. I'm going to make hell of a lot of good music about you, you know? So that's fucking great.
That's awesome.
I'm always grateful for the good and the bad moments, especially the bad ones, because like I don't know, I connect a lot with them. Yeah. It's like I'm kind of like feeling low, great. And I make great music. That's it. That's how it works. And when I'm really really happy, I don't know. I hate major songs like fucking "Would it would be nice?" Like I just can't write like happy songs. But I don't know. But I feel like it's been like a really intense year here. Also, because like I broke my knee, I had surgery. Oh, I had to deal with like withdrawals because they gave me shit tons of like opioids.
Dude, oh my God.
I know.
Wait, recently you broke a knee?
This year, April this year. Yeah.
How?
Playing soccer, football for the Chileans that are watching. But
well. Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, no, it was really tough. And then they gave me like big dose of fentanyl, and then I was dealing with like withdrawals.
Wow. Damn.
It's been a year. It's been definitely a year.
Well,
so now, like, this like last 2 months have been like, everything's been so peaceful.
that's awesome.
It's beautiful.
I'm happy for you.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Talking about that too, and your songs and stuff. Like, I would love to know, kind of like the explanation behind the 2 songs that you performed today.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what inspired you to make them?
The first, well, Con los ojos que te veo was the last song that I released like a couple of weeks ago.
Nice.
It's a song about like usually when people struggle with like depression, with like self-image issues, right? Usually,
Nice.
it's crazy when like they're not gonna see themselves the way like everyone's looking at them, because like it's like you against your head, right? So actually I wrote that song for someone that I really care a lot about, that like was struggling with like those things, like kind of like self-image issues, a lot of that. And I was like, I wish that one day you could see yourself in my eyes,
Oh, I see. That's so cute.
Yeah, and hopefully that's gonna happen sometime, because he's a beautiful person.
Oh,
so,
it's like your point of view, basically.
Yeah. But also,
someone.
like in that song, also I said it's never gonna happen if it's not coming like from the inside,
Wow.
So, it's like when people tell you like, "Oh my God, you're so beautiful," and it's like,
yeah,
I don't believe it because I don't see it,
right.
So eventually, that's the song about.
Absolutely, and you would never see it if you don't accept it yourself, right?
Yep,
So,
has to come from within. That's what we call
within,
it.
yeah, come from within.
Yeah.
Nice.
And the other song I wrote it like at the beginning of the year, because actually I wanted to release like a side project in English with a different name, like more like dance house music.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm kind of like old and too lazy to like have another project. So it was like, maybe at some point I'm going to start like doing like some collaborations with artists here in LA.
Nice.
My English is going to get better. So eventually I'll be like comfortable enough to sing in English, because I was already like doing some writing for other artists.
Nice.
So it was like, it's a matter of time. I knew that was going to happen. So I wrote like a bunch of songs at the beginning of this year, when I had like a big breakup. And it was like, that song is about like, when you're like entangled with someone that that you need you need to break up, but
damn,
you
how many of
can't
those do
because
we
you're
have?
still having sex, right? So it's like, I can't get over you while I'm still under
man.
you. So
that's so good.
Yeah, thank you. That's what the song is about. It's like, I can't get over you because
Isn't
I'm
that
still
crazy
under
when you know and you're like, I know,
You always
but
know.
you're just kind of like, yeah.
Yeah,
I know, and you're never just. I wish we would follow our instinct.
Yeah.
To do the breakup, but we're like
Yeah.
so like, yeah, and then we just don't do it.
It's really hard. Breaking up is such a game that I can't play. Oh my God, it's so fucking hard. It is.
I agree.
But I feel like when you're starting like getting better with yourself, it gets easier, because then you choose yourself, your mental health, and that's what I'm working for right now in the future.
Nice.
Like building yourself, the best version of yourself. Oh my God, I sound like a fucking like I don't know, like motivational guru, which I'm not. So don't take any advice from me.
All right, so you said that you produce for other artists as well.
Yes,
So the doggy is like going crazy outside.
I love it. I love it.
So. Yeah, let's just pause then. LOL, I'm actually going to edit it like that because why not? Dude, I have to take that little tingly thing out of Sky because he goes...
It's adorable.
So cute.
It was a beautiful part of the interview, though.
Hey, let it be. But also that dog is very loud.
I feel like I'm being really, really honest today.
I love that. We want that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I will always do that. I can fake it, but okay. Let's do
No,
it.
I love that you're being real.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so I was saying, you said that you produce for other people as well. So how is it for you to like be a musician, but also produce for other people? Like you said that the process for you was, when you did it for yourself, it was a little harder because you had to like, you were more perfectionist, right?
Right.
So what would you say like the process is for both of them?
I feel like I have like two different hats, Like for me, it's like I'm like really, really hard on myself with my own stuff because it needs to be like perfect, or like, I don't know, just like really self-conscious about it. But when I'm producing for other people, it's just like I'm like in a different character, Also, it's like I don't work with everybody in terms of like I try like build a relationship with the artist I'm working with at first.
I say
before starting to work, because I know how my vision of music. It's very like, I trust you and I trust your vision. If I don't trust your vision, if I don't like your ideas, we're gonna like clash. You know?
And then eventually you just waste time.
Right.
You just waste each other's time.
Each other's time. Yeah.
Right. Not in a way that it's like, mean. It's just kind of like, well, we want to be productive. Right?
Exactly. Yeah. So in my case, I try to like work with people that I actually understand, respect, of course, and also like they genuinely have like good ideas. So maybe I'm not the most booked producer in LA. Of course I'm not, but I love and I trust so much in the people that I'm working with, because like they're always like bringing something new to the table. They're like actually pushing me to do something cooler. And I think that's what I'm looking for right now,
Nice.
like building like a strong catalog, not about like, it's not like a, I don't know, we're not making burgers here, we're not like doing like super fast. It's like we're making art. And there's like a vision, like, and the future for that, and I want to like in 5 years be like, oh yeah, like we've been building this for a while,
I see what you mean. Right.
Yeah,
it's like a project that you're taking it seriously, and you're like, this is what kind of like our baby, and it's gonna grow.
Yeah. So actually the hardest part for me here in LA was like saying no to people, because I'm a people pleaser, like a professional one.
That's a big thing.
And I feel so bad like setting boundaries, and this is the place where you need to learn that. Yeah, I know. that was like my first year was like, okay,
I feel like we all struggle with that at some point on how to put yourself first, especially as a musician, right? Or as someone that does art. It's like most people underestimate you, because they're like, oh, we can just pay you whatever, and you're gonna do the job either way, and like, or like take a lot of your time and not do anything, or like not pay you, enough, or stuff like that. And like I think, I feel like. Okay. I truly don't know. That doggy barks for everything. It's okay.
He's really mad at the world.
I know.
Damn, doggy. Yeah,
it'll just be funny.
Yeah.
It'll be funny. At least we know that we're not cutting because we're fucking up. We're just cutting because of the doggy.
Go doggy. I feel like FOMO in the music business as like emerging artists, it's a thing.
100%.
That's the problem,
I've never thought about that.
Yeah, and it's a big thing, because it's like,
I've never thought about
I need to put myself first, like, okay, like maybe I shouldn't like being playing gigs for free all the time, or like whatever. But also then it's like, what if I have
I'm
that
playing
gig,
there? Okay.
Yeah.
This is the thing. Oh my God. Okay. So the lead singer of my band is exactly like that. She's like, you know what? We don't know. So what if we play that show and then this and this and this and this happens, right? Yeah. I didn't believe in that until, it was early when I started playing with them that we played at the Troubadour and it was really good. And I was like, oh my God, that's so cool.
Nice.
It's still a cool venue, right? But that would happen in other venues as well. But in that one specifically, I remember because I met these people, these musicians that were amazing, and that eventually, like not right away, but like I'm going to say 5 months down the line, they started recommending me to a lot of things. So nice. It's like, oh my God. But like, I would have never known, you know what I mean? And like, I would have never known if I never joined them or like I never played that gig. Right. So that's a struggle, I think, because sometimes you just don't have energy to do like that gig or like to do that networking event. But then I realized, okay, I left so many things back home. Like, there's a reason why you're here. Like it's get up on your ass and like go to the thing. Absolutely.
Yeah, you need to be like with your face, like, hey, nice to meet you. I'm a producer.
And and it's hard to be positive all the time. I've definitely been struggling with that lately. Yeah. I'm like, same. I'm such a positive person, but there was a point that I'm like, oh my God. Yeah. I'm like raking. You know what I mean? And I need to just like get it back together, because otherwise, nobody's gonna do that for you. So you just have to like.
That's it. No one's gonna do it for you.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Okay. Another question. Okay. How is it to write in 2 different languages for you? It was really hard for me.
I don't know. It's interesting. Like when I write for other people, because I have like 2 or 3 artists here that I get hired as a songwriter for his producer, and same thing. I try to build like some kind of where we can connect, like, okay, what do you want to talk about? Like, what's been going on with your life lately? And so I try to take like 45, 50 minutes to just like hear about them. Also, like one thing that I can take from the dentist life, it's funny when you don't have your hands, like in the people's mouths, they actually tells you like about all of their things, all of their lives. Like,
wow.
I feel like it's like the position that they're like actually like laying, you know,
also like how you take care of your teeth says a lot too.
I mean, a lot. Yeah, definitely. Like you can see someone like some people's like smile or gums, and you already know like a lot about them.
That's crazy.
But if I say that, people feels like I'm judging them, you know, like all the time. And okay, you guys have beautiful teeth, so don't worry. You guys are fine.
I'm not gonna smile anymore.
No, come on.
They're gonna be like this.
Always the thing. That's always the thing. No, but what I'm saying is like you can. In like 45, 50 minutes, you can learn a lot about someone. So I try to like build some kind of like relationship with that person, like, okay, where we can connect and if we can talk about that. And I feel like those are emotions. Those like, doesn't matter the language about that for me, at least, you know? So, and the way that I write, it's never like lyrics first. It's always like melody first. That's how it works. So for me, it's easier. I just like put words like related to the subject that we're talking about, just put words over the melody.
I see.
And it's working. It's working. So
you do melody before word?
Always melody. I do chords, melody, and the last thing lyrics. I do lyrics. Yeah.
Interesting.
Always like that. I tried it like, it's really hard because like I told you, like my grandpa is a poet.
Right.
Was a poet. And I always wanted to like put some music over those poems, but I can't. Because like I can't write like melody over lyrics.
It's just not your style.
It's not my style. Yeah.
That makes sense.
For those things I have Shreya, like really talented songwriter, so we're fine. We're good.
Zora, we had her here. If you haven't seen the performance, please go watch it. She's amazing.
She is.
Okay, so going back to your album.
Yes.
I know that you have a lot of like features, like collaborations.
I do.
So how is that process?
I love writing and making music with other musicians.
Mm-hmm.
And I did a lot in Arrhythmia, a lot of that. And that was really, really fun.
Nice.
Like all the artists that are there, like they actually brought the songs to like a different, like a next level. And actually, like I'm been doing that as well here, you know, like with my new music in English or like as a producer. 'Cause sometimes I don't know, I'm just amazed that I'm like in this group of like so crazy talented musicians.
That's
like
awesome.
Songwriters, guitar players, musicians, bass players, keyboard players. It's like, oh my God, like those guys are like actually my friends, you know, that's fucked up. So it's been great. It's been great. Actually, for this year, we have one collaboration coming.
Nice.
That is going to be the first song that I'll be singing in English. So I'm pretty stoked about that.
Very cool. Wow.
Really cool. With an artist that I've been working for a while. That's just so talented. We're not going to bring anything yet, but I'm really excited about that.
Okay.
Yes.
So talking about that, can you tell us about your future projects?
Future projects, yes.
And what are you excited about?
I'm really excited that I'm producing 3 albums for till December.
Wow. Wait,
yes.
This December?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. We just closed like all the deals like last week.
Nice.
So you won't see me around in parties.
You'll just be working.
I'll just be working.
Honestly,
I just booked
good for you.
3 Sundays from now, so that's gonna be intense. No, but I'm really happy about that. That's what I was looking for.
Absolutely, that's
I'm excited
awesome.
for those albums, and also like I'm branching out a lot in the projects that I've been doing. So that's really cool. Because usually I'm a pop and R&B producer, right? And also I have like a project that's like electronic music, like strong electronic music, and the other one is hard rock, and that's really cool. Yeah, really, really cool. And I thought about that project for a while, like if I should take it or not. And then it was like, I think music is just about taste. And I trust what I've been doing lately. So it was like, okay, let's do it. And the artist like said yes. We started working. We are like finishing the first song. It's working so well. So I'm like, okay, now I can do like hard rock as well. So it's been pretty cool. Pretty cool.
That's so cool. I'm really excited to hear all of that.
Thank you.
December. You know,
December. Yeah.
I believe in you. You can do it.
Thank you.
You can do it.
Thank
I've heard your productions, you know, through other musicians. So like
Thank you.
I love them. You're so good. You're so talented.
Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you.
Absolutely. So if you had one word that would describe you, what would that word be?
Actually, I heard that question today as well.
Really? No
yeah.
way.
I would say loyal.
I love that word.
It's funny because like my second last name, my mom's last name is Leal, which is loyal.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like in my name already. Blanco Leal, it's white loyal. Those are my both last names, right?
Yeah.
That's my artist name as well. But it's funny because like I feel like I'm like that. I just like I don't like screwing people that I love, and I love everyone right now. So it's like I'm
You're
not
just true and
anyone.
loyal.
I try. Yeah, I try.
You try?
Yeah, I try to be as good as I can.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So we've had such a good time having you here. There was a lot of questions, but I am so appreciative of you opening up in this podcast, and we've loved to have you perform, and I'm gonna run and watch those videos and also having you here with us. So do you wanna tell everyone before we leave about your socials and where they can find your music?
Yes. Well, first of all, thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely.
Sion, Shreya, Ella, love you guys. You're so talented in everything you're doing.
Thank you.
Love
You
the
too.
Fireplace. I'm excited to be here finally, right? And I had such a great time. My socials, you can find all my music in Blanco Leal Music on Instagram.
Nice.
And then I have my credits, like where all the music that I've been producing. And as an artist, you can find me as Blanco Leal as well.
Nice. It should all be in the description, so you can go follow him and and go follow the Fireplace. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and see you next time.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.